afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Bonnie Mbuli.
And I'm Jeannie D. Today we are absolutely going to be inspired with some new, fresh fashion. We've got a young designer in the house who actually started off as an accountant, and that's not what he's known for. He is just incredible. I've seen a couple of his outfits that we're going to see a little bit later on the show, and they are absolutely incredible. His name is Mzukisi Mbane, and he is absolutely amazing. He's going to be our first guest up today on the show.
And before I go ahead, we just want to congratulate our Jeannie for winning Best Presenter in the Best of Joburg Awards. Well
Thank
done,
you very
Nana.
much. And thank you so much for everyone in Joburg for voting for me. Thank you so much.
And today on the show, we'll be tackling two beauty issues that affect all South Africans: teenage acne and hair, natural hair specifically, and we'll be sharing some tips on how to look after it. We have an expert joining us to tell us more about how to better take care of our skins.
Of course. And of course, Dunlo's in the kitchen.
Yes.
Indeed. Good afternoon, South Africa, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. So we are in the kitchen today, myself and Claire, and we're going to be making a delicious flatbread that we're going to fill with some vegetarian ingredients. And I'm very excited about this one, by the way, because what are we filling it with?
So we're going to roast up some beautiful aubergines, one of my favorite ingredients, really, really hearty and delicious, roasted with sumac, a stunning spice we're going to learn all about later.
Doing aubergine well, and can definitely be a great substitute for most meats. I definitely think so. You guys can find that recipe on our website as always, afternoonexpress.co.za. But one of the most important things you need to do during the show today is make sure you interact with us live. We are on Twitter. You can use our hashtag AfternoonExpress or find us at Afternoon Chat. And then on Instagram, on Facebook, and on now Periscope as well. You can find us Afternoon Express. We're available for you there during the show today, and you can send us lots of your love, all your questions, comments, etc. on the show today. But seeing as that it's all about the fashion, I see we're all wearing pastels today. Let's go find out what the girls are doing on the couch.
Born and raised in the township of Khayelitsha, he started making clothes on his mother's old sewing machine, inspired by his grandmother's love for fashion. After leaving school, he decided to study accounting as a fallback option, and after qualifying, he realized that his heart was truly in fashion design. Today, he is one of the hottest rising stars in the fashion industry. Joining us on the couch is the founder and creative director of IMPRINTS, Mzukisi Mbane. Welcome to our loft.
Thank you.
Now, firstly, how is it that you first started and did you complete your accounting degree?
Yeah, I'm actually a qualified accountant. I've worked as an accountant.
Really?
Yeah.
And when was that moment that you decided, can't do these books anymore, can't do these numbers anymore, can't make money for other people, it's all going to be for you?
It's actually very interesting because I got into fashion while I was still studying accounting. Okay. So, but I decided to finish the degree because it's kind of like something that I decided on. Like, education was such a very important thing to me. Yeah. So finishing the degree was very important, and it kind of made sense. Like, after I qualified, I was like, maybe I should just try it out. Totally. Then when I tried it out, it was kind of like a stamp to say fashion is where you're supposed to be.
For sure. Yeah. I really love interviewing guys like you, and in particular designers for men's clothes as well as women's clothes, because it's quite a bold move to say, I'm going to go out there and do something especially as unique as your style. Yeah. What do you think gave you that confidence to just back yourself?
I think it's my identity, because the reason why I got into fashion, like designing, I was always looking for something that stood out. Like, I'm always that guy who wanted something that's not going to be, you're not going to see it again.
Not run of the mill.
Yeah, and I kind of noticed that a lot of the guys were looking for something like that too. So it just made sense for me that I should create something that's going to leave that mark, hence the name of the brand.
IMPRINTS. It's imprinted in my mind, but also the prints that you use. You use a fantastic array of fabrics as well. Take me through some of the prints that you use.
I make use of a lot of print. For me, it's always about standing out. Yeah. And it's kind of automatic that the prints, people always assume that I sit down and I kind of go through a process where I create the print, or the prints for me, it's kind of weird, but the prints just speak to me, and it's what I would go for, and the design process just continues from there.
Of course. I read that somebody asked you what your inspirations are, and you said Sapphire Town, Mafiki Zolo, and Kanye West.
Yes, that's where the twist is.
Okay, you need to explain that twist, because I've seen Kanye West's latest fashion collection, and I wasn't feeling it.
For me, Kanye West is even that fashion collection, it's kind of questionable. If you look deeper into it, he's the guy that introduces something that people are not yet ready for.
Yeah.
And your Sophia Town, your Mafikizolo, it's classy, it's peak, it's stuff that we've always known. So Kanye West kind of gives me that edge and the attitude that you ask me about, like what gives me the attitude to say, I'm going to create this and people are going to wear it. That's where Kanye West comes in.
Yeah, well, you are extremely stylish, so I suppose it's...
Thank you.
It rubs off from your own
Yeah,
character.
it's in the DNA, yeah.
It is in your DNA, and you're also exceptionally proud of where you come from.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that when you are casting for one of your runway fashion shows, that you only cast models who are from the townships.
Yep. It's, for me, like a lot of focus has always been on the outside. Like people looked on the township as we can go to the township to give back, but not really. I've always had a problem with the giving back part, and it's not really uplifting. For me, it just made sense. A lot of fashion inspiration is from your Sophia Town. And a lot of the Sophia Town movement, Sophia Town was a township. So it just made sense for me to use what I have and the people that I have around, to push the identity that I want to create.
Of course.
So, yeah.
And I mean, how well is your fashion received in the townships? I mean, is your fashion accessible to people that live in the townships to buy and to wear? Or is it just, a fashion identity of when you do shoots there and cast models?
From the brand's inception, I've always focused on making it more accessible to the township. Of course, it's difficult because you have your once-off garments, which can only be accessible to like a different market. But I've always made sure that when you walk around the township, you will see my garment.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to see someone who's wearing imprint.
I would love to. And not just in South Africa now. I mean, you are expanding.
It's all over.
By the Department of Arts and Culture, I think, has given you a budget to be able to go. And are you going to be showing at Ghana Fashion Week?
Actually showcasing at Ghana Fashion Week this Saturday, which is something, it's
mind-blowing.
Yeah.
What are you expecting? Have you been to Ghana before?
I've never been outside of SA, so...
Okay, so what are you expecting? What do you think it's going to be like?
From what it's interesting because Ghana, I showed a collection, a Mezzo collection, and it was interesting to me that a lot of the blog, like a lot of the media responses, people like posting my stuff, it was all from Ghana.
Really?
So for me, it kind of like, maybe that's where my stuff will be, mostly positively received.
Yeah.
So
Okay, and what happens out of that? So you're going to be showcasing yourself in Ghana, and from there, will other retailers or people who are fashion buyers in Ghana then be able to buy or distribute your clothes?
It's the coolest process because it's not like your normal fashion week where it's just a runway, then it's off.
Yes.
For them, they've created this platform where I show the collection, then the following day, buyers, like retailers, everyone will be able to see the collection. If they want to purchase the collection, they'll purchase the collection. So hopefully, I'll be retailing in Ghana soon.
Let me tell you, I'm giving you all of my positive energy. Best wishes. I really wish you the best of luck. I'm very, very happy for you. Mzukisi will actually be back with us a little bit later on the show to show some designs from his latest collection, Our Roots. But after the break, Danilo makes us some very unique flatbreads, and we share some advice on how to take care of African hair types. We'll be right back after this. Apply for a Nedbank home loan today and stand a chance to win 100,000 rands worth of home decor to help turn your new house into a dream home. Go to winnerhome.tv for more info. Let Nedbank help you make the things that really matter happen.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. So today in the kitchen, things are about to get awesome for you and I, because Claire's going to be showing me and you how to make a delicious flatbread, which we're going to fill later on with some delicious vegetable ingredients. So flatbread is one of those staples which is kind of hard to get right, I thought.
Well, bread in general is a beautiful but tricky process.
Yes.
You need to take your time and understand the steps in the process, and then the result is just so fabulous.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to learn today because this is one thing I haven't done with you in the kitchen before, is make a bread. So,
really?
Yes. Let's do it.
Here we go. First things first, bread flour.
Okay.
Get that in here. So I think it's about 2 or 3 cups. And then we're going to add our beautiful yeast mixture here. So it's just yeast and a little bit of warm water.
I was wondering what that smell was. Okay.
It's slowly starting to sort of rise and bubble and
Come alive.
come alive. Exactly.
It lives.
Exactly, come alive. So that goes in here, and if you want to as well, just add the sugar and the salt. That's also going to get added in here.
Okay, and don't forget, if you're obviously wondering about all these ingredients and how much and etc., it's all on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Also, the shopping list is available for you over there. Easy to find little ingredients there, so make sure you go check it out.
A little bit of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. That goes in here. That's going to add a beautiful velvetiness to the bread. And then the water, again, warm water goes in. It just helps activate
the
everything.
yeast.
Yeah, exactly.
You do know something.
And if you don't have a KitchenAid or any sort of mixer, you can do it by hand. You're just going to have to get some back into it and really knead it.
What would you knead it with if you were not using a mixer? Would you just like a wooden spoon or...?
Hands.
Hands. Just get in there with your hands.
Hands,
Okay.
you got it. You got to do it with your hands.
We used
In
to make
goes the
rusks
water.
at home, also with our hands.
Really? Well, rusk is more of a cake mixture.
Mush it up. I know it's not the same thing. I know it's not the same thing, but the idea of mixing it all together with your hands is cool.
Like, I think any sort of baking, if you get to use your hands, is kind of fun.
I knew my mom was trying to make me do something fun to get me into that kitchen.
And
See you, Mom.
And keep you busy.
Yes.
Over there. Need it for a very, very, very long time.
You're needy? Well, then need this. Cool.
So this is going to come together, form a dough ball, and probably take about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So that's going to take a little while. So we're just going to move this out the way and then bring what we've already prepared.
Oh, I see.
over
Look
here.
at you. You're clever.
So that there has rested. We pop it into a nice oiled bowl, let it rest in a warm place for about an hour until it doubles in size. It really does get nice and puffy and light like this. Just kind
It's
of
like
peel
pizza
it away.
dough.
Absolutely. Well, it's like any bread, really. It's going to get nice and fluffy. You can, to prevent this happening, you can just put a little bit of olive oil on the top as well,
Okay,
and
so
then
while
it'll
it's
stop it
rising, it
sticking.
stays away.
So while I'm going to roll out the...
Oh, it feels very
dough.
fluffy and light, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah. You're going to do the aubergine. So
Okay.
this is the cool part of the flatbread. This is what we're going to fill it up with. Awesome aubergine.
Yay!
So I actually
noticed
call it
I'm getting excited
eggplant.
about
I find it
aubergine.
very difficult to call it aubergine. I'm just don't know why. I always call it eggplant.
Well, there's so many names for this thing. Like in
So
Italian,
many names.
it's... oh, I'm getting myself in trouble. Here we go. It's...
Oh, I do know.
We'll
It's
remember
also
while we're
hard.
going. I'll remember while we're going. Okay, so
So
what can
that
I do?
gets sliced up, popped onto a tray, a little bit of olive oil. Let's give
Excuse
this back
me,
to
sliced
you.
up how?
So in half. So let's first take this off. You take
Okay,
that off?
just like this.
Yes.
Yikes.
This
Okay.
actually, you got to be kind of careful with this. It gets quite sharp.
so it can
Sometimes
stab you.
the edges of the aubergine are really quite spiky. So in half and then in 4. So each half into 4. So basically you can end up with 8 pieces of aubergine. Then you're going to season it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of the sumac, which is our beautiful Middle Eastern
Flavor of the week.
spice. A little bit sour, a little bit tangy, and it's just a stunning spice that I think everyone's getting used to and understanding in South Africa. It is new in the sense that it's not so very widely used.
And
in
if you spend a
country.
lot of time in the kitchen, it's one of those ones you need to catch on to the trend of using it because, you know, there's lots of trends that are going on at the moment when it comes to the food world. I think this is going to be one of those new flavors that everyone's going to start latching onto soon.
Yeah,
so
like
get used to it.
I don't like to call it a trend because I feel like a trend is something that comes and goes.
Yeah.
This is something I feel like it
a
stays.
discovery.
It's a beautiful spice that really is part of the heritage of many countries.
Yeah.
And we're going to adopt it and love it.
Do you want me to do
Absolutely
both, by
love
the
it.
way?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
So just flour on the surface here, just scraping this all out.
Melanzane.
Melanzane.
I got it. I remembered.
I'm
Melanzane.
even
That's what it's
dying
called in
there.
Italian.
I actually forgot about that for a second. I thought we would never remember. Okay, so onto the surface. A little bit of flour again. Just flour your hands so that you don't end up with it all over the place. Just going to grab a knife over here. And without cutting the table, we're just going to cut into equal portions, just carefully. So about 4 pieces.
Okay.
Like that. How are you doing over there with your aubergines?
So far, so good. I'm hundreds. I'm trying to watch you and cut at the same time. Just make sure I don't cut my fingers off in the process.
No, please don't. So I'm just moving away the flour here. A little bit of this water. I find it much easier to roll balls on a slightly sticky and tacky surface.
Okay.
So just flatten it out like that. You're going to fold in the corners. These are our little, really rolling it into a ball going to help you later to flatten it out and roll it into those flatbreads.
Cool.
Roll it into a ball like this, and then that's going to rest for about another 10 to 15 minutes. You want to just relax again so that when you roll it out, it doesn't all tighten up and just seize up.
So we're basically going to break this cooking up on the show today into 2 parts. One part showing us how to make this flatbread, and next up we're going to be using these aubergines to cut. Is it aubergines or aubergine? Aubergines. It's plural. Just making sure. All right, we're going to move these and show you guys how to cook these and get them ready for the filling of these flatbreads we're making right here on Afternoon Express. Recipe on afternoonexpress.co.za. But we're heading over back to the couch now with Bunny.
We all have a favorite look, whether it's having a weave, braids, natural or relaxed hair. But one thing we all have in common is that we want healthy hair. It looks great too. We found out what some of you have to say about which hairstyling option you prefer. Take a look.
I enjoy wearing my hair naturally. I've been growing my hair for the last 2 years.
I prefer to wear my hair natural.
I mostly prefer to wear my hair natural.
As you can see, I have dreadlocks. I used to do brave and whips, but not anymore.
Because I don't think it was meant to be treated with chemicals. If it was, it would have been straight.
I don't necessarily braid my hair all the time because it obviously pulls in different directions in different ways. And if I weave my hair, obviously it's flat braided underneath and, you know, they kind of sew in the weave on top.
I can't do high maintenance, and that applies for nails, everything. If it's easy. If I had a stylist at home, things probably would be different.
It makes me look younger.
However, we do have an option to make it look however we feel like at the time, which is fantastic.
Obviously, like, you try and keep your hair clean, you wash your hair, but you obviously need to add oils, different oils to your hair so it doesn't dry out. Because if it dries out, it becomes brittle and it breaks, and you don't want it to break. So I oil my hair, I treat my hair every now and again.
Now we have Clicks Beauty Cover Girl search winner Boipelo Mabe in the loft to discuss African hair and how she keeps her hair shiny, nourished and soft. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Congratulations on being Cover Girl.
Thank you.
So tell me about the whole Clicks Beauty Cover Girl search. How did you enter and how did it feel winning?
Okay, so the Clicks Cover Girl competition was an online modelling competition, and yes, as you can see, the winner got to be on the cover of the 3 Clicks magazines and leaflets. Wow. And honestly, winning this competition was such a dream come true. You know, in high school, my nickname was actually Cover Girl because I'd always dreamed of being on the cover. So my matric jacket at the back has Cover Girl on it. So, you know, for me, it was a big dream come true.
Well, I wish you many, many more covers.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about hair. Every woman essentially just wants her hair to be healthy and to look shiny and vibrant. Yeah. Well, how do you prefer to wear your hair and why?
Currently, I prefer to wear my hair natural, as you can see, but that wasn't always the case. You know, I was all about the weaves and the braids, but until I actually learned how to take care of my own natural hair and how to style it and manage it, I think that was, you know, the biggest issue with the understanding of natural hair. We think it's so hard to manage, we think it doesn't look professional, but you get to discover ways of how to make it work.
Yeah, and I think that perception is changing as more women are embracing their authentic, natural hair. And I mean, many of them complain about, I don't know how to manage it, it takes more time to manage. What are some of your hair tips? What do you do to keep your hair healthy and shiny and beautiful?
It's so important to moisturize your hair. African hair is quite sensitive and it breaks very easily. You know, that's one of the things I learned as well, that it's so important to make sure that you wash it, you moisturize it from the scalp right to the roots, to the tips, and make sure that you use quality products that, you know, will take care of your hair. You know, argan oils are very, very important.
I've tried, and oils are genuinely very, very good. Olive oil, argan oil, castor oil.
Jojoba oils.
But, and going from braids to natural hair to then relaxing and a weave, how do you, in between, maintain the texture of your hair, or any tips that you have for viewers out there?
Okay, it's very important to give your natural hair a break, you know, because we go from relaxing to plaiting and removing the plaits and then back to plaiting and not actually giving your hair a break. It needs sun, it needs, you know, to experience the elements, you know, so you let your hair down, you know, style it differently, you know, just like how you have yours now, you know, it's getting a break, your scalp is actually getting time to breathe. So that's very important. And also, like I said, using quality products that will nourish and moisturize your hair from root to tip.
Yeah, I really love wearing my hair like this. It's like the simplest, and it does actually keep me looking younger. Anytime I've worn any other hairstyle, I've like aged 10 years instantly.
And it looks absolutely lovely.
Thank you. Oh, well, congratulations on this. And do you think we can expect more covers from you in future?
Definitely. You know, I'm excited for the future and what it's going to bring and everything that I'm going to pursue, and definitely more covers.
Well, we wish you all the best. Congratulations again. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. you so much.
Thank you. Clicks is giving you the chance to win one of 3 Afri-True product hampers to the value of 500 Rand each to help keep your hair in tip-top shape. All you have to do is SMS the keyword Clicks, your name and city to 33728 and you could be one of our 3 lucky winners. SMSs cost R1.50. T's and C's apply, of course, and visit afternoonexpress.co.za to find them.
Clicks. Feel good. Pay less.
Welcome back. Now, being a teenager can be one of the most stressful times in a person's life. Your body goes through a number of changes, and then there's acne. In today's Getting Under Your Skin series, we jump straight off the stage and into an interview with jazz musician Emily Bruce, who tells us just how she overcame her struggles with teenage acne. Take a look.
This is how it goes, I say, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh.
South Africa probably knows me as that chick that sings with Goldfish, which is very cool. And also as a jazz vocalist. I sang at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival in 2009. And also from my debut album, my jazz album. My biggest skincare issues as a teenager, literally my skin was fine until puberty hit, and then it just went crazy. I call it the 4-week curse. And yeah, I think that was a major buzzkill. And also just breakouts from stress, you know, just being stressed out with exams or just stressed out with life and usually having bad skin during those times. Breakouts are not fun, and it does make you feel like everyone's kind of looking at you and going, yeesh, or shame, or. But yeah, as an adult now, I'm just like, it's part of life. So, you know, you got to keep moving on. You can't let a pimple bust your vibe. My basic skincare routine involves washing my face once a day. With the cleanser. I've found out that if I only wash my face once a day, that I have better results, I have less breakouts. And I don't use toners. I find that toners are always too strong. I'm really strict about sunscreen, so also being a Cape Town beach baby, I live on the beach, literally. And I do SPF 50, and I make sure I wear a hat, and that I've got an umbrella, and like the whole thing. So I'm very strict about that. And I definitely have an SPF 15 minimum in my moisturizer. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what I do.
The #1 choice of skincare professionals worldwide.
Welcome back. Our skincare expert is in the loft to chat skin acne with us, or teenage acne with us. What are the main causes of acne as a teenager? Emily Bruce said she struggled and she was affected by acne as a young girl.
Well, the main cause of teen acne or breakout is usually excess oil on the surface of the skin. And this is commonly from a change in hormones, which would be puberty as a teenager. Some teens get it worse than others, and that can be from genetic factors. So it could be having the acne gene in your family or having an oily skin. Some teens don't look after their skin, so incorrect product use or picking, touching and squeezing. And then some teens are just more active than others. So sports or extra activities where there's extra oil or dirt or sweat.
To what extent does diet affect your skin?
Well, you'd have to eat a lot of junk food for a really long period of time to say that it's affecting your skin.
Right.
The most you'd probably get is a sallow or yellow appearance. Oof. Maybe the odd breakout from the toxins.
Yeah,
but
you just look bad.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you just need a good scrub or something like that. But, you know, junk food, chocolate, pizza, sweets, it can't affect the gland that makes oil in your skin. So that's the sebaceous gland.
Okay.
Now, what can affect that gland is stress, hormones, and genetics. And that's what's going to affect your acne development or your breakouts.
So it's somewhat a myth that eating chocolate, say, gives you pimples.
Yes.
Right.
You literally have to live on chocolate for it to give you that breakout.
Yeah. Dermalogica makes a range specifically for teenage acne. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, of course. So we've got a range called Clear Start. It was actually created when our founder, Jane Werwin's teens started getting acne and oily skin, just like Emily mentioned. So it's a product system that uses medicated ingredients and soothing botanicals to really clear a teen acne or breakout and give real results. So it consists of 9 products, which are cleansers, scrubs, moisturizers, and treatment products. as well as a really handy travel kit.
Yeah.
So this is a nice way of starting the range, or even throwing it in your gym bag and using it after school or sports.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now, I know that when people have have acne and they struggle with their skin, they actually obsess about it. I mean, it's happened to all of us. What are some of the mistakes that people make when they're obsessing about their skin and they're just trying to cure it?
So there's actually quite a few, but I'm going to chat about the most common. So one of the most common is teens like to strip their skin. So they want that squeaky, clean, no residue or oil on the surface of their skin. That's usually from over-cleansing or over-scrubbing, and sometimes using something like soap.
Yeah.
Now, the reason that's not a good idea is it actually irritates the skin, and it ends up removing the protective oil that prevents bacteria from getting in your skin.
Oh, right.
So if you're removing that, your breakout can actually get a lot worse.
Worse. So you're actually making your skin more susceptible to infection.
Correct.
Yeah.
Another common problem is that teens like to pick their skin, so they become bathroom doctors.
Yeah, I think it's an adult issue as well.
Yeah, I think it's everybody's issue. But they want to squeeze their skin and get rid of that breakout. But the problem is that leaves scarring or marks. And then you've got that for the rest of your life, even into adulthood.
Yeah.
And then there's some old wives' tales, such as putting toothpaste on your breakout or lying in the sun to dry it out. So we've definitely got no proof that toothpaste can be used as a spot treatment. And lying in the sun is going to give you that hyperpigmentation or marks. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend visiting your skin therapist, and she can advise the right home care and the right treatments.
And obviously drinking lots of water. I mean, I've noticed how water really helps just give you a vibrant, clear skin.
Absolutely, and it helps to flush the toxins out of the body as well.
Thank you so much again for joining us.
It's only a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Whether you're an adult or a teenager, if you're watching with us, why not join in the discussion on Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag Afternoon Express, where we're discussing your acne issues. For now, Jeannie is about to make us a cup of tea.
Making the right lifestyle choices is something that our two guests today definitely know about. Making these decisions also means watching what we drink. Green tea is a great alternative to coffee and also has health benefits with proven qualities to assist in weight loss. Five Roses has a delightful range of new green teas in delicious flavors like apple and pear and lemon and lime and mint and classic green. Don't go anywhere, because when we return, we're joined on the couch by two incredible women, Joanne Strauss and Ayanda Dlamini. So stay tuned as we share another moment with Five Roses Tea.
Five Roses blends only the top 2 leaves of the finest Ceylon teas. Because nobody makes better tea than you and Five Roses.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express here on SABC3. Now, joining us for a cup of tea and a lovely chat are two of my favorite mommies, Joanne Strauss and Ayanda Dlamini. Welcome to the loft.
Hi. Thank you very much for having us.
Now, you both are extremely busy women, but you're also working moms. How do you manage to, and I hate this question actually because, you know, you are both superwomen, so juggling it should be easy. But, I mean, what is your... It's not a shock that you juggle it, but what is your system, your routine, your secret to being able to manage so much?
You know what? I just think, Jeannie, there is no, because the question is, how do you juggle? How do you balance? There is no balance. There is no juggling act. But there is, you got to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And that you got to make it work can change month by month, or it can change, you know, over a period of time, depending on what's happening. Yeah. Especially with, you know, with the industry that we are in, where you're busy. Sometimes you're this busy. Sometimes you're that busy. So for me, I would say it's about making it work for that time with your family.
That's so spot on. It is true.
That's my life.
No, but I think the lucky thing for me is my mom lives close by. So that I think you don't understand how much your mom loves you until you become a mom yourself. Yes. And my mom just gives so selflessly of her time, and she always comes over and we have a cup of tea. And she just
guys haven't even poured your tea.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, wine, why not?
Elastic arms over
So this apparently is the pear and apple. So we're definitely going to try this one. So I think it should be brilliant.
You guys enjoy a cup of green tea yourself from time to time.
Absolutely. You know, for me, I love the fact that, thank you so much, Ayanda, it's got all these good benefits, you know, and the antioxidants. We all want to be younger, and antioxidants actually contribute to that. So you swear by it. So
I love green tea.
And what I love about this is also the different flavors. Like for me, usually green tea is quite... It's quite healthy,
and this doesn't... And it tastes healthy.
Yes.
I think that's the problem. The problem is it can be healthy.
Yes.
And sometimes you do want to have some fun a little bit when you are having your tea. So even smelling it right now,
it's delicious.
you know, it is delicious. And I remember first starting off with trying to drink green tea. I was like, oh. Can I have a glass of water, please? Yeah, it definitely was. So, you know, when having the flavors, it definitely does make a difference, yeah.
Now, speaking of balancing and juggling, let's talk balanced diet. Now, you were just sharing that because the Bokke are still in the World Cup, you threw your diet out the window on the weekend and you had to, and we forgive you. It is.
This is it, because how do you watch a rugby game without a bit of a chop and a sausage? And some potato salad.
I wish I'd done a chop and a sausage and a potato salad. I did a burger and the fries, and then a pizza a little bit later.
But you know what, it's fine. Then you tell yourself, put aside a Diet Coke and have some tea. It's water.
No, absolutely.
It's
balance,
water. Balance.
Exactly. She spoke about a balanced diet, and that's what you're doing.
And then you did say today's Monday, we're back on the horse again.
Well, there we go.
So that's a big part of it, I guess. Like, you know, you can have cheat days, but how do you guys get back on the horse?
Joanne's very disciplined. I want to know a bit about your
Please tell me a bit about it. No. I mean, for me, it's one of those things. Luckily, I have a very healthy husband, and so he actually does most of the cooking at home, and I'll try and sneak in like some full cream into the fridge and so he can do a nice like thick sauce, but he's very healthy. He manages to avoid all of that, and yeah, he's very big on the salads, etc. But I think it's also about learning how to do interesting healthy food, because it's true, healthy food does have such a bad reputation because you think it's not going to taste good, but if you learn how to cook well in a healthy way, it's not such a sweat.
Yeah, but also it's about being healthy and then energizing yourself with the good foods and the good drinks, especially if you're a mother and you've got to be working at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's very, very true, because if you're just drinking nonsense the whole time, you're going to feel nonsense. Yeah. You know, my mother always says, your body's not a rubbish bin. So you need to watch what you put into it.
Get out what you put in.
Exactly, get out what you put in. My husband cooks in the home, so he's quite good.
He's empowered women, huh?
You need to train them right. Train them right.
Oh, wow. Are you going to maybe open a school for
train your dragon, but also at the same time, I mean, well, that's it, because he knows. I work in the evenings because I do the radio show in the evenings, so he's also had to, you know, really just jump in there.
And if
kids
he
are bathed and everything. Well, that's it. What are the kids get? What is he gonna eat? Because I'm out. You know. So that's the kind of thing, and that's where the balancing and the juggling act also come in. When you have that kind of support system, you have your mom and your hubby. Like my hubby's absolutely brilliant, and that's where the support also comes in. You know, it's having those kind of things around you as well. And of course, a push-up bra and some Spanx.
Great. Because I was going to say, any advice you have for working moms out there, how to just keep it fabulous, and then you just coined it.
Well, that's it.
I always say motherhood or even pregnancy, it's not a disability, it's just a condition that you go through. So I think sometimes people take it as an excuse, like, oh, I'm a mom. Even if you are a mom, at least celebrate yourself. Because if you're not respecting yourself and feeling good about yourself, how are you going to transfer that energy, that positive energy to your kids? So I think first and foremost, yes, you've got to take care of the kids, but you've got to take care of mama first.
Give yourself what you need, which is something that a lot of us find difficult to do.
Yes.
But if your kids do that for you, I don't know about you, Joe, but you know, the kids can definitely sense when you've sort of like reached that bit of a lull.
Of course.
And they'll either want to make you feel happy or they'll tell you the truth. That is not working for you. And of course, that's a great pickup, you know.
Well, my bulldog does that every night.
I've seen your bulldog on Instagram. That look can definitely put you on the right path.
Judging eyes. He just knows.
Exactly. Sure. Well, ladies, thank you so much for sharing your wonderful tips on how to stay looking amazing.
And of course, a bit of makeup never hurt nobody.
Now stand a chance to win a fabulous 5 Roses gift pack containing a range of delicious green tea flavours such as apple and pear, lemon and lime, mint and the classic original green tea. SMS the keyword 5 Roses, your name and city to 33728. SMSs are charged at £1.50 each and T's and C's do apply and are available on our website afternoonexpress.co.za.
Now, I'm sure you found our guests today as uplifting, as enjoyable as I did, and I hope that they've inspired you to be the best that you can be. And until next time, remember, nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses, although Jeannie will argue.
Hey, trying to make a great cup of tea.
Ayanda and Joe, absolute legends, really setting a great example for all women in our country and across the globe. So thank you so much for joining us right here on Afternoon Express. But another woman that sets a great example in the kitchen, Claire Winstanley and I are busy making a really delicious flatbread, which we're about to fill. Don't flatter yourself, just flatten the bread. Get it? Anyway, killing it. Okay, so we've made our little...
day be without it doing another joke? Eh?
Dad jokes, kind of, yeah. Right, so we've made our little doughs that we made earlier on. We've rolled them to little balls. They've sort of sat there and set.
So yeah,
what
so
is the
they've
next few
rested.
steps?
So they've rested. So you can see they're nice and relaxed and all cool and chilled out. So they're not gonna tighten up. The elastins aren't going to like seize up as you start to roll. So as I roll, you're gonna see it's nice and soft and rested. We're looking for whatever shape you can go for. Honestly, don't stress about the shape. Let's go for sort of a round.
Flatbreads generally are obviously a little bit thicker than sort of like pizza doughs and things like that. Do you allow them to rise while they're in the pan or while you're baking them? Or?
So no, this is the rising. This is the proving part. The beginning, once you've made the dough, proves. Once you've rolled it into your balls, it proves, and now we're time to actually cook
Flatten it out, let it
So
out.
we're not going to bake it in the oven. You can if you want to, but the best way I find to do it is in the pan. Straight into a pan, nice, hot, dry pan, just like this.
Must be obviously something that's got Teflon in it so it doesn't stick.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You can oil it if you want to, but the dryness gives you that beautiful sort of burnished
Flour
kind of
glaze
like
on the outside
tart,
too.
a little bit dark and just a good colour and a good flavour to it.
It's so dense as well in so many ways, which I love most about like this sort of Middle Eastern breads that they created. And you've sort of been inspired by a lot of different areas around the world. I see there's some like...
Well, very much, this is very much Middle Eastern and Mediterranean. So we've got our sumac, which we love at the moment, the tangy sourness. With sumac comes za'atar. So it's dried herbs, it's sesame seeds and sumac. And we're going to add some extra. This is what's going to be sort of the base of our flatbread. So we've got these beautiful flatbreads. This is going to start toasting up over here. We're going to flip it in a moment. And then what happens, you take it out, pop it onto a plate and put a damp, clean tea towel
so it doesn't
over
dry out and get crunchy on the outside.
Absolutely. So we're looking for this like floppy kind of soft bread. You don't want a crispy pizza, sort of like you've toasted pita bread in the toaster sort of scenario.
So we've obviously made the outside, we've made the flatbread itself. We need to fill it now, which you said all these ingredients are for. How can I help here? Because I feel a bit useless.
Okay, so we've got some toasted sesame seeds in here. We're literally just going to add the za'atar to it. So you don't have to add any more sesame seeds to this. I just love that fresh toasted sesame seed.
You put salt in there too, I see.
A little bit of salt, yes. And then in goes all of that. Just give it a good crush. Crush that all up. And I'm going to flip this. It should be ready. Yes. Let's turn that over.
Oh, the minute that the sesame seeds start to crack and crunch underneath that, smells amazing.
Smell. And then once you've sort of got that looking good, just crushed up a little bit, you're going to add it, just pop it into the bowl, just to make life a little bit easier.
Cool. Can I pour it in there now?
Yes, indeed. Go for it.
Oh, you always forget that these pestle and mortar is a lot heavier than you expect them to be like.
So you almost have to just turn it upside down and shake it all out.
Yeah.
Let's get the spoon.
Have to do that.
Here we go. Let's get the spoon. We can just loosen that from the edges.
And the za'atar also smells delicious.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Typically it's dried oregano or dried thyme that goes into that.
Oh, it smells amazing. And that mixture with the sesame is absolutely like it's fragrant.
Absolutely. So this is, think of it as the dressing to your flatbread. Nice big glug of olive oil. We want it to be something you sort of spoon and spread on. Mix that up nicely. Do we need a little bit more? Yeah.
Yes, you want it to be slightly thinner than that, I'd assume.
So flatbread.
Cool. A little bit of this on, right?
Don't want to forget about this. Let's keep an eye on that. Oh, there we go.
Yep, that needs to be flipped.
Okay, we don't have anywhere to put it, so I'm just going to add it to the table over there. It's clean. We've really rolled out on that surface. So go for it. It's a nice, thick layer. Spread it all over. This is flavor central.
Galore, I see.
Beautiful. Oh, it's such a stunning flavor.
This is going to be like a war zone in your mouth of flavors. It's amazing. Well, war zone sounds negative.
I was just thinking that. I was like, wait, no, there's a better way to describe this.
You've got the words. You're the chef. You're the food stylist. You can make it sound cool. I'll just say it sounds like a war zone.
An explosion of tangy,
there we go.
Sour,
explosion. You see, explosion's
and
negative.
Sweetness.
Oh gosh. There you go. Okay, so
and
that's
then,
nice
speaking of tangy and sour, we've got our labna, which is, if I was to make it at home, labna.
Labna.
If I was to make from Woolies, you can buy it just like this, which is fabulous and convenient. Or if you were to make it at home, you'd take double cream yogurt, put it in a sieve that's lined with sort of a muslin or cheesecloth, and let it drain out. And what left inside is almost like a cream cheese.
Yes. Oh,
and
wow.
that's what you end up with this. Ooh, flicking things all over the place.
Some
and then there's a little bit of
it's a war zone in the kitchen, not an house.
A little bit. They've added a little bit of za'atar to that, and we're just going to spread that on. That yogurty kind of flavor goes fabulously with that. Then if you want to just add the aubergine,
it'll settle all of those smoky sort of tastes that are on top there now, right?
Yeah, coolness.
Aubergine?
Slight coolness to it.
How many?
For it. Just
How do I
fill
put it? Just where? Just all on top?
In the middle.
In the middle.
So you're
So
going to
fold
roll it up. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't know this. Okay, so that
Looking
like that.
good.
Just 2?
Let's
More?
go 3.
Okay, a third one there.
And then a squeeze of lemon just to kind of complement the sumac tanginess.
Cool.
Nice squeeze of lemon. And you can, we're going vegetarian route here. You can obviously add lamb, would be amazing in that.
Pulled
and then
pork.
you just roll it up like that and eat it.
Oh, that looks
just
delicious.
Like that.
Absolutely amazing. We're going to roll up a couple more of those, right? And then serve them to the ladies. I see you've got that done on that side. Flip it over. It'll look quite cool on that side. Don't forget you can get this recipe from afternoonexpress.co.za. It's our website. The shopping list and recipe is available for you over there. All these ingredients are there, so you guys don't have to feel too worried about missing out on any of these ingredients that are right here for you on Afternoon Express. Make sure you cook along with us. Now, after the break, we're showcasing some of Imprint's latest designs. So if you're in the need of some style inspiration, like myself, then stay right where you are. We'll be right back.
Sustainable fishing that leaves fish for the future. Are you with us?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and it's not often that I salivate over flatbread and food as much as I am today. Now, make sure you tune in for Top Billing this evening at 7:30 right here on 3. They catch up with radio and TV personality Unatim Sengana. She shares the inspiring story of how she transformed her body and talks about what drives her to succeed. They visit the glamorous photo shoot of Shine magazine's latest edition, which features some well-known SABC faces, including Espresso Morning Show's Leanne Williams, Zoe Brown, and our very own Barney and Booley. And they're invited to an exclusive preview of Australian fashion brand Trenery's latest collection, which highlights elegance and timeless sophistication, cut in modern, simple lines with classic tailoring.
Now, as promised earlier, Mzukisi Mbane is in the loft to showcase some of his latest range. I can't wait to see it. Let's bring it out.
I'll wait to show it to you.
Let's have a look and see what you've got. I'm obsessed with that.
Look at those shoes.
Tell us about it.
The shoes are actually interesting. When people look at the shoes, they actually just see the plastic, but on the inside, like on the straps, it's 100% leather, so it lasts longer.
Yeah.
And the red is it's velvet.
Yeah, because that fabric can fray. It tends to fray very easily. That's perfect.
So to keep the class and to keep the quality, it's very important.
Oh,
and the piece itself, it's something that I show for menswear, which also converts to ladies' wear, which is the trend that is on now.
A shirt dress, yeah. Oh,
I really like a
perfect.
shirt dress.
That is so
and
gorgeous.
those shoes look fantastic.
What do we have here?
This one, it's your classic menswear, but instead of doing like your normal coat, the sleeves on and that, I decided to do something that's different. And focusing on our roots, which is inspired by your ladies' wear. A lot of the silhouette and the detail that I put on, it's taken from your ladies' wear.
Yeah. Wow.
Very cool.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
I would like to see when men go into corporate scenarios wearing outfits like that. Oh, and just go everywhere looking like that.
That's quite extravagant.
Okay, this collection, like my last collection, I introduced swimwear. So you see underneath, you've got swimwear. And like your flowy, which is something like if you're wearing swimwear, you can't layer like a lot.
I must be honest, he looks quite part, but I would wear that as a throw over my bikini.
Yeah, I'd have to, if my boyfriend wore that, I'd have to fight him for it.
And also with the bags, like,
yeah, that's
completing the look.
Yeah. I do enjoy that beach bag very much.
Yeah, and with your Kanye West, we always go for drama, like something that's gonna make people remember you. So and if you look at the swimwear, like the cut of the swimwear, taken from my Sophia Town, your 60s, like the classy lady, but give her a bit of an edge, something that's gonna...
Right. Does your bag range have a different name?
It's all within the Our Roots collection, hence the fabrication that I use, your blended wool, taken from...
That's a beautiful fabric of that swimsuit.
Thank you, the Prince.
It is really nice.
Yeah.
And it comes in different, detail, like you can have this full sleeve, depending on what you're comfortable with.
Where are your clothes available? Like if I wanted to go and buy something from this collection, where do you sell imprints?
I did have distribution, but it's currently on close because I'm launching my own online store, which is something very exciting. It's going to be www.imprints.co.za, where you can just purchase from wherever you are. Like,
yeah, exactly. Online is the best.
What can we look forward to in future from your range?
From the range or something that's...
What's new as a designer? What's next? What's popping?
What's next for me? The biggest thing I want to go, Africa is so huge for me, and I want to take over Africa. I know it sounds...
No, go for it.
Yeah, I want to take over Africa. I want to be the brand that, when you think of an African designer, you think of Imprint. That's the idea.
Oh, wonderful.
To leave a mark everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so now you're going this Saturday to Ghana?
Yes, I'm going to Ghana.
Amazing.
Well,
that's going to be absolutely huge.
Amazing.
All the best with that. Fantastic. And now...
Claire and Danilo are standing by with that flatbread. We're going to attack
the moment we've all been waiting for.
Ta-da!
The moment I know I've been waiting for, like an attack.
Oh my gosh, it just looks so amazing.
Okay, explain what is going on here.
So it's just a flatbread all wrapped up, ready to go. You can squeeze a little bit of lemon
like a wrap?
You literally eat it like a wrap.
Can we tuck in?
You absolutely can.
Can we really?
You might end up with yogurt all over you, but just be careful.
I don't
You can use my apron as
okay,
a...
go for it.
Should I go for it?
Make me go first.
Okay.
Please help yourself. I'll
take a lemon.
That flatbread holds everything in quite nicely. So make sure just the bottom is looked after. Then you're fine.
I'm gonna grab one.
And remember, you stand a chance to win one of 3 AfriTrue product hampers to the value of 500 Rand each. All you have to do is SMS the keyword clicks. That was a bit of English there. Your name and city to 33728, and you could be one of our 3 lucky winners. SMSs cost R1.50. T's and C's apply. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za to find them.
I'm absolutely blown away, and I'm even more obsessed with you than ever before. This is ridiculously delicious. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow for Afternoon Express. In the first 15 minutes of the show, we chat to the legendary Felicia Mabuza-Sattel, and in the kitchen, we're making almond-crusted scallops with sumac and verjuice. So make sure you tune in early because it's going to be a classy affair. This is amazing. Be sure to make it at home. Until then, bye and happy eating.
Nice.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, Nick Rabinovitz and the ZAR News team join us in the loft for a comical look at the Rugby World Cup, and hip-hop artist El Tito treats us to an exclusive performance.
Another feel-good production.
Hi YouTubers, thank you so much for watching the show. Be sure to not miss another episode by clicking subscribe right over there. And we'll see you every day. Afternoon Express. Enjoy.